Hello, 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 hello. Let's see if anyone's going to join me here today. Hi, everybody. My name is Dion Johnson. I am strategic ally and master coach to women in senior leadership, brilliant women all around the UK and internationally who hold senior leadership roles across the sectors, across the industries. And my work is all about equipping established senior leaders, women all around the UK and internationally, to have greater influence at work. So here's the thing. I'm so excited about joining you joining me today, because I've got this. There's so much going on in the UK. I can't wait to share with you my views. And as you're joining, I can see you joining. So as you're joining, put your name in the box below so that I can know that you're here with me, that you're joining me, and I can say hi to you personally. So my name's Dion Johnson. I'm the strategic ally and master coach to women in senior leadership all around the UK and internationally. And my work is all about helping established senior leaders to have greater influence in their role as senior leaders. Here's the thing, I recognise that there are so many brilliant, savvy, smart senior leaders who are playing small and punching way below their weight and not making the difference that they actually could be making, because they feel undermined in their organisation, they feel under-acknowledged, undervalued, under-supported, and all that stuff. So my work is all about helping women to up their influence and be seen, be heard, and be taken seriously by the people that they work with. Be seen and heard by their boss, their professional peers, their teams, the people that they lead, and important stakeholders. That's what my work is all about. So when you do that, you can inspire buy-in, and that you can lead really important change that matters to you and that lights you up. So I'm just stalling a little bit, just introducing myself a bit so that you can join. And as you're joining, please do put your name and where you're watching from in the chat box. I'm so excited about this today because there's so much going on in the UK politics. I don't know if you've seen, but history is being made in front of us, in front of our very eyes. Theresa May has called for a snap election on June the 8th in the UK. And what's basically happened is that everybody knows about Brexit, right? Brexit. And so here we are. Article 50 has been signed and the UK is officially leaving the European Union. And not everybody's happy about that, but there was a referendum and the UK public decided that this was going to happen, that the UK was going to leave the European Union and set up on our own and find a new way forward. And so Theresa May has signed Article 50. It's happening. It's irrevocable now. It's going forward. And yet there is what I call ugly opposition. There's infighting and there is outfighting. There's bickering and mudslinging and fighting and insults being hurled and threats being made and boycotts being planned, and it's all become quite ugly as the people who really don't want this movement, this leaving, this exit, this exodus to happen. So there's a whole load of ugly opposition. As you're joining, please say hi. So I can see you watching, but I don't know who you are. So please say hello so I can see who's here with me. Yeah, so this has happened and we've seen a raft of ugly opposition. And today, Theresa May makes the announcement to the world, enough. I don't want to lead if you don't want me here. I want to lead with the backing of the party and the country that I'm representing. This is me ad-libbing what I think she's saying. She's saying, are you with me or aren't you? Because we're going for this. And if we're going for it and I'm going to lead, I want a larger majority. I want people behind me. I want to be representing the UK people. And so here's what she said. Enough with the bickering, enough with the fighting. We're going to have another election. And vote this time. Vote and say if you want me to lead. Because if you want me to lead, then I'm going to do it and I want you to back me. I want you to present a united front to the world as we find our way forward. Hi, Anne. It's a really exciting time, I think. And I think there's some really important lessons for us to learn about what you do when the person who has authority over you in terms of professionally, when somebody who is leading or somebody who is in position of authority in your organization or in your country in this case, is going the way that you don't want them to go, is making decisions that you don't like, is running with an agenda that you're not happy with. What happens then? What do you do? I'm so excited about what's been unfolding over the last few months with this whole thing and what's happened today with this amazing and inspired move on behalf of Theresa May to say, put your X where your allegiance lies, and we will stick by the decision that's being made. So here's the thing. I'm apolitical, right? I don't have any allegiance to any party winning. I just don't. I've decided that I'll pray for whoever gets in and go before God on behalf of whoever it is, whichever party takes us forward. But here's what Theresa May is doing. She's waging war on disunity. She's waging war on division. She's saying, look, we can't go into this really important advance. We can't go before nations if we haven't got our stuff handled at home. We've got to decide who's leading and how it looks when everybody's falling in behind that person and backing that person to take our family, the UK national family, to the world to make plans. So what do you do when the authority that is over you is going a way that you don't like? I've been really thinking about this. Hi, Marianne. Thanks for joining. We're talking about what you do when the authority, like Theresa May, is going in a direction that you don't like. Here's what I think. I think there's three really important things that we have to consider here. When somebody who's leading ahead of you, over you, is going somewhere that you don't like, you have to consider this. They might be right. Their way might be right, and you may not get it, you may not understand it, you may not like it, but it might be the best thing for the family, for the organization, for the greater good. It might be the way right. And oftentimes when we disagree with somebody, we lose sight of the fact that nobody really knows the absolute answer, that we're all trying from our experience, from our viewpoint, to find the way forward. But that just because someone's view is different to yours doesn't mean that there isn't any merit in it. And I think that what I'm saying is we need to really open up ourselves to the possibility that there may be something in that action that we don't understand, or something in that vision that she's seen that we haven't quite caught yet. It's really important that I think we consider that they might be right. And here's the second thing that I want you to consider. Even if they are right, or even if they're wrong, your opposition, your counter view, your opposing view is a really important part of success of whatever happens going forward. So there is a need for you to be voicing your opposition. There is a need for you to be bringing another view, because the leader may not have seen your perspective, and it might have really important bearing. And just you airing it, even if it doesn't have any merit, just you airing it is a really good way to help the whole system evaluate the way that we're proposing to take. It's so important to recognize this, that just because somebody above you has made a decision doesn't mean that your view about your opposing view doesn't have a place. Of course, it has a very valid place, but just not ugly like we've seen. So that's the third point I want to bring, is that opposition and hate are not synonymous. I really had to learn this the long, hard way in my own professional journey, that I know that I've lived in a time in my life when if someone disagreed with me, or if someone didn't like what I was saying, that would get my back up, or it would put me on the defensive. And I see it so much that we've got this way that if we don't agree, then we can't be. If we don't agree, then we're enemies. That I can't like you if you don't like what I'm saying. And that's just nonsense. It's a myth. We don't have to make enemies out of people who have opposing views to us. What there's a saying about seeking to understand and then be understood. You know, there's a need for us to take a deep breath, exhale, and think, what is the actual threat here if someone disagrees with me? If someone's not agreeing with me? It's not a bad thing. It really isn't a bad thing, and I really want to bring that home today. The next thing that I want you to consider is that it doesn't have to get ugly. That honour is a mystery that I think we don't talk about enough. Honour, manners, respect, esteem, holding someone in esteem because of their position is a mystery. In the Bible, there's 10 commandments, and one of them talks about honor, honoring your parents. And the Apostle Paul in the book of Romans talks about honoring leadership. And they're both saying the same thing, really. They're both saying that it can't be okay with you if you don't learn how to honor the one who has leadership. If you can't learn to honor, even when they're going the way that you don't like, you don't have to dishonor them. You can honor them and have an opposing view. I wonder if you're hearing what I'm saying. Thank you, Anne, for saying yes, because I think this is an amazing opportunity for us to get that we don't have to tear down people who are not saying the same thing as us. We don't have to shoot and fight ugly because someone has an opposing view, especially when that person is in authority or has leadership over us. We have to learn we have to do the work on the inside to find a way to align and to create the systems that allow you to continue to oppose with honor and respect. So we have to, you totally agree, thank you, we have a duty to honour authority. We absolutely do. I know it's old-fashioned. I know that everybody wants to do what they want to do. But honestly, I think it's time for us to bring these old-fashioned principles like honour right back onto the table of leadership, organisational development, even family life. That people are falling out of honour. And we see it happening. We see a total disrespect for authority, total disrespect for the people that have authority over making decisions and has the final say on how we progress forward. So here's what we have to do. Here's how I think we should go forward. I think if you are being led by someone who's going a way that you don't think is right, I think we have a responsibility. Thank you, Prophet Fitzgerald Johnson. Great surname. Thank you, Yvonne. Yes, right, completely agree. Brilliant. So here's what we have to do. We've got to master the art of presenting ideas influentially. We've got to master the idea of presenting our views, our opposing views, our hunches, our insights, just anything that we think needs to be said. We need to be able to master the art of doing that elegantly, with influence, with power, with poise, so that it's more likely to be heard. We have to learn how to do that. And sometimes when there's a lot of feeling around it, when we're so sure that they're going the wrong way, when we're so sure that this isn't right or this isn't respecting or honouring of either ourselves or the people that we're supposed to be serving, we can get so in fight mode. But I'm saying if you start fighting, that's when people start resisting and your ideas just don't have a place to land. So it's really important that we master the art of presenting ideas influentially. And you'll know that that's what we do in the Leaders Lounge. The platform that I've created for women in senior leadership is all about mastering the art of presenting yourself influentially in the marketplace as established leaders. The second thing that we have to do is we have to celebrate diversity. You see, even if right now in your organization or wherever it is that you are having this problem of your leader going one way that you don't think is right, if there isn't, oftentimes there isn't the facility within the organization for other people's voices to be heard. It's like it's not a democracy. It's like it's more like a dictatorship. So you've got someone at the top saying, this is the way we're going to go. Well, if you're leading in an organization like that, then here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to create systems that allow other people's voices to inform the direction of the organization. And that's why you're there. That's why you are a senior leader. That's why you are there to create the systems that help the organization to go in the right direction in service of the people that you're there to serve. Think about that for a minute. It's not a small job, but it's the real work of senior leadership. And so if you don't have those mechanisms right now so that people can inform the way that the organization is going, then it lands on you to create it. But here's the thing. When you create it so that your own voice can start to inform, you better know this. You better know that other voices are going to be rising up. Voices that don't agree with you. Voices that challenge you, that bring another perspective and another perspective and another perspective. And that needs thinking about. That needs managing. That needs elegance. That needs influence. That needs influence. I'm so excited about this. Here's the third thing. So you celebrate diverse views. Like it has to be. It's normal. It's impossible to have different people in an organization working towards a mission without there being differing views, without there being opposing views even. And we've got to find our way around this. The next thing that you have to do is create a united front. I'm telling you that once a decision has been made, we have an obligation to get behind the person who we have at the helm. We have an obligation to line ourselves up to create a united front so that when we are going out facing the customers or we're going out facing the nations or we're going out facing whatever we're doing, we need to do it as a united front. We need to be singing from the same hymn sheet. Because you know what, when we don't, it causes confusion, it causes incredibility, so it damages trust, it damages the way that people feel they can rely or respect or depend on the organization. And that is not good for anybody. That's not good for the mission. It's not good for the people that we serve. We really need for the people that we serve in our organizations to be able to trust that we are working together, that we are singing from the same hymn sheet and we have their best interests at heart. So yeah, mastering the art of presenting your ideas. Let me put that one back up. Mastering the art of presenting your ideas influentially. Celebrating diverse views and creating systems for that to be celebrated, to be heard. And then thirdly, creating a united front and, showing up unified and once a decision has been made. I know that this is not easy stuff. I am cognizant of what needs to happen on the inside of each one of us to be able to stomach and swallow this. But I really believe that honouring and respecting the one or the system that has the say and learning how to challenge it elegantly and influentially is our stuff. We each have to take that on. I'm inviting you that if you know I'm speaking to you, if your organization is going one way and you've got ideas about how it shouldn't be going that way, it should be going another way, don't fight ugly. Don't get into brawls. Don't get into this infighting. Because you know what? If we're fighting each other, guess what we're not doing? Guess where our eyes aren't pointed? To the people that we're supposed to be serving. To the mission, to the organizational mission. Our eyes are distracted when we're fighting with each other about who's right and who's wrong. Our eyes are not on the work, the job that needs to be done. I don't know if you're hearing me. I'm passionate about this. We need to create systems where voices can be heard, and then we need to get behind the decision that's been made finally. We have an opportunity in the UK, and I'm really hoping that Nicola Sturgeon from the SNP and Jeremy Corbyn from the Labour Party and Tim Farron from the Lib Dems and whoever else comes from the left or the right or the middle field to oppose Theresa May does so with all of their might, does so elegantly and with love and respect and honour, so that we, the British public, can hear what their arguments are and make up our mind in the way that the system is designed that we do. I don't know what you're hearing. Yes, I can see you, Yvonne, saying, yes, you are right. I completely agree with what you're saying. Thank you, Prophet Fitzgerald. Thanks for joining. God is a God of honour. Absolutely. All of my principles are biblical. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes I don't see your comments until after. Thank you for joining, Marianne. Thank you so much, Anne. Charmaine, great to see you here. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to put a link in the chat box after this broadcast. If you know that it's time for you to get yourself around some of this stuff, how to master the art of presenting yourself influentially, to be part of steering where your organization and your industry is going, that's exactly the work of the Leaders Lounge. Whether you decide to work with me one-to-one or you decide to work in small groups, we have something for you there. So if you are interested, use the link in the chat box and let's talk about how you can be supported in the Leaders Lounge to grow and evolve as a credible influencer in your organization. Hi, Rumbi, thanks for joining. So we're wrapping up now. I hope you watch this again. I hope you take on those 3 points about mastering the art of presenting yourself and celebrating diversity and presenting a unified front in your organization. I can't wait to read your comments. I'm not seeing any more come up right now, but I know you're here still with me. And that in itself is even heartening and encouraging. I am cheering you on, especially if you are a woman in senior leadership. If you're an established leader anywhere in the global marketplace, there has never been a more important time for us to hear your voice and for your ideas and insights to be steering the organizational ship. So let's see you later. Take care now. Bye.